For while we were still weak, at the right time, Christ died for the ungodly. So he begins with timing and condition. Listen, we're not improving, not recovering, not moving towards God, weak, without strength, not able to fix what's wrong. And more than that, he says we're ungodly, not neutral, not seeking, out of alignment with God. And then he intensifies it, while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. So can you see how Paul's layering language? Weak, ungodly sinners. And just when we think we understand the point, he says later, while we were enemies, just to make sure the picture's complete. So listen, this story, it's not the story of God helping people who are trying. It's not a story of God rewarding effort, putting little stars on your merit badge system. It's the story of God acting towards people who are unable, undeserving, and opposed to Him. That's the tension. And we resist this description because we like to think that we're flawed but fundamentally good. We're struggling but sincere. We might need some help, but we're not as bad as that. But God's word doesn't allow that, because unless you see the depth of the problem, you can't understand love. Because look at what he says. For one will scarcely die for a righteous person, though perhaps for a good person, one will even dare to die. But God shows his love. So Paul's just speaking from human experience. He says, look, even at our best, sacrifice has its limits. Somebody might give up their life for a noble person or a really good leader or somebody that you deeply love. Even that's rare. Even that's very costly. But then he contrasts that. He says, but God, this is different. It's not love towards the worthy. It's not love towards the admirable. It's not love towards the deserving. While we were still sinners, Christ died for us. This is where the heart begins to feel it. It's not abstract anymore. It's not theoretical. This is personal. This is God's love moving towards those who have nothing to offer him. One writer said, this is love with emphasis. Now, religious people think their moral effort puts them in a better position. Your discipline and service and consistency. This text says, no, that's not the basis of God's love. It never was. And secular people think Christianity is about earning and performing and achieving. Or maybe you think you're too flawed, too inconsistent, too far gone to be accepted. Listen, this text says God's love moves towards you at your worst, not at your best.